Please do subscribe to my channel by clicking on that subscribe button, and please also don't forget to hit that notification bell icon to be the first one to receive the updates on this channel. What's going on, guys? Zennosh here, and today I'm bringing this video to you guys about the team formation recommendation, especially for the beginners. Number one, yes, this will be the first team formation. Obviously I will be bringing more videos if I find more better team combinations or formation for the players like you. Anyways, so these team formations can actually help you to gain your purpose in the game more faster, especially for like gear dungeons, awakening dungeons, and the regional maps, which consist of the team of 4 members or 4 servants. All right, so before starting this video, I would really love to recommend you guys to please leave your views and opinions in the comment section below, and guys, please do check the description below to have quicker access on the videos. All right, so now let's get this started. So the number one team formation that I really want to suggest to you guys, especially for the beginners, is this one, guys. Just look into this formation. All right, no, not 11. I really don't want to do that right now. So this one, right? Just look at this formation. What you need to do is that, like, just go with the Fire ENOCH first. All right, just look at the Fire ENOCH. What happens is that, like, he is a really great DPS 7 that also have a really good team passive that boosts the attack of all the elementalized, not just a specific element but all. All right, you have to know that. And increases them by 25%, the attack by 25% in all regions, whatever the case. Okay, 25% is pretty low, but still, as a 4-star nat 7, it is pretty decent. All right, so that's really great, guys, and he can actually deal massive amount of damage. And you can easily see that, like, what sort of gear that you can actually give to him. Like, these are the gears that you can actually like equip him. I really recommend you guys to go with the Havoc gears, especially with the recent events being so generous in Heir of Light, which is providing you the 6-star gear selection ticket. With these tickets you can actually get these sort of like awesome gears. All right, just equip him with those kind of things, and then he is gonna be great. And use his team passive. All right, just go into the team passive and just use his team passive. That boosts the attack of all lights. All right, and the next one is the Water Charlotte. Obviously Fire Charlotte will also be a very great addition to the team. Okay, but I am going with the Water Charlotte right now. Obviously, like, what happens, like, when you go into the Water Charlotte, she actually boosts the attack of the fire element allies by 37% instead of 25%. So that is a little bit of like definite increase in the attack boost. All right, so you can go with like that one as well. And the thing is that, like, this is the sort of like gear that I would really want you guys to actually equip on Charlotte. Okay, in types Charlotte. Okay, just go with the beast gears, pure on, head on, because like she really needs a lot of attack, because her combo skills actually only deals the damage that is a pure based attack damage, pure damage. All right, which cannot crit. All right, obviously it ignores the defense, meaning like defense is out of the questions, but at the same time what it loses is that its critical hit chances. All right, so the next thing is the Fire SPIEGEL. Now we are actually putting the Fire SPIEGEL right over here because one of the greatest support out there, because of his passive skill, which fills the combo skill gauge of the DPS class 7 by 10% when allied tank class is struck once every 5 seconds. All right, that is really great. That is a really great skill indeed, which allows your DPS 7, in this case the Fire ENOCH and the Water Charlotte, to fill their skill gauge really fast. All right, they are gonna spam the combo skill really fast and in the insane manner. And his fast skill is just too good as well, which is known as the Crescent Smile. Why? Because it sort of provides like level 7 type of attack boost, one from the increase attack of all allies for 30 seconds type, and the other one is a wave effect type. All right, so this is actually gonna make a huge contribution to your damage output of your team. And his final skill, or let's say his combo skill, is also very good indeed, as it has a 70% chance to decrease the enemy's defense for 60 seconds. And guess what, guys, wave effect increases the speed of all allies by level 3 as well. So that is pretty awesome, guys. I really love this character. He is one of the best character in the game, which I really love. And the next thing is the tank. All right, that for tank, please go with the force frame. Yes, you could go with anyone, alright, you could go with anyone, and instead of that one you can actually go with the force frame. Why? Because now that is something that I really want to explain it to you guys, alright, because just look at this, alright. What happens to the ENOCH is that like he has a chain effect. It just says in below his passive skill, it says if an ally RAM is present, attack increases by 120%, alright. So just awaken him to the max level, or at least to the 4th awakening stage, and he can actually unlock his chain effect, alright, or link effect. It can actually say, it does, which actually says that like if ally RAM is present on your team, his attack is gonna be further boosted by 120%. Freaking 120%. That is insane, alright. That's why I'm really recommending you guys to actually put the RAM over here. You can actually switch her with the forest RAM, like fire RAM as well, but I think against the fire RAM, forest RAM is a little bit better choice because he has so many features going on with her passive skill. Her passive skill is really awesome, guys. I really love it. And next thing with the water Charlotte as well. Now the reason that I'm using the water Charlotte and the force Spiegel is that like they really combo really well, alright. Just look at in the link scale, alright. Activated upon the 4th awakening and the passive skill, if an ally Spiegel is present, attack is increased by 120%. Freaking 120%. Wow, isn't that a great boost? She nearly does double her damage. Like if you put the Fire Spiegel in your team. So Fire Spiegel doesn't only boost the combo skill gauge and attack of your teams, he is actually gonna boost specifically of the Charlotte by a insane amount, alright. That is 120%. Damn it, that is so good. And the another thing that you really need to keep in mind is just this one, okay. Just look into this factor, alright. The another thing is the combo skill, alright. Look into the skill of the water Charlotte right over here. Her primary mark is an umbra, I think that's what it called, and the next one is sunset, which I think that's thing. Anyways, in the simple manner, let's say it's like an hourglass, and the another one is a hook type symbol, right? And now let's look into the symbol of the Fire Spiegel. What happens with his primary mark is that like it's an hook, and the another one is the secondary mark, which is a hourglass. So it's kind of interchangeable, meaning like even if like the combo skill is given off by the water Charlotte, she has a very good chance that you know, like to activate her secondary mark, which belongs to the you know, this Fire Spiegel. But the main point is, if the Fire Spiegel actually fires off his combo skill, then the secondary mark can be activated pretty easily, because he's a support unit, and most of the all support units have the secondary mark rate of 50%, alright. 50% of secondary mark rate activation. So that is pretty good. That means like you have a very good chance that in the same team, if the water Charlotte and Fire Spiegel is present, water Charlotte is actually gonna fire off her combo skill. So that is a free gift for your team, okay. So that can actually impact your damage output, or let's say your team clearance rate, very nicely, alright. And the next thing is that like not only that, but water Charlotte also has the chances that her secondary mark can actually be triggered as a hook, right over here, which is also the primary mark of the Fire ENOCH. Just look at it, alright. The Fire ENOCH and the Fire Spiegel, these nearly have the same primary mark and secondary mark formation, alright. So what happens that whenever you are using your water Charlotte, then she is actually she really actually has a chance to activate the secondary mark of the Fire ENOCH, alright. And the Fire ENOCH is again smash his skill, alright. 2 combo skill for free. That is just too insane, alright. That is just too insane. Just look at it. So let's say if you fire off the combo skill from your Fire Spiegel, which is a hook mark, right? And the secondary mark is an hourglass, which is the primary mark of our water Charlotte, and she will fire off her combo skill, let's say, alright. And then her secondary mark is a hook again, and that hook is actually the primary mark of the Fire ENOCH, right? Damn, isn't that awesome, guys? So what happens, like there is a chain of combo, alright. If you are actually lucky to actually, you know, like trigger all those chain combo, you can give a massive amount of damage in just one go, and your opponent cannot actually withstand such kind of tremendous damage. Alright, so you are gonna be very effective. And now, after the combo skill discussion, what happens that the next thing is that how easy is it to acquire your units. Alright, obviously you can easily understand that like Fire Spiegel is a 5-star net servant, so it's kind of a little bit hard to get him. But hey guys, I mean like this is Heir of Light. Alright, I mean like in this game it's very easy to get 5-star net servants, and I really don't think that it's gonna take very hard time to actually get this kind of units at your disposal. Alright, events, free events, and let's say even like sometimes with login events, 5-star select summon, you can get this kind of events in no, I mean like this kind of servants in no time. Rem is one of the most common 5-star net servant out there in the game. Most of the players easily get like this kind of servant right away. Alright, the Forest Rem or the Fire Rem, anyone will just go. Alright, for the Fire Spiegel, it's kind of like a specific unit. Alright, you will need to get the Fire Spiegel. The Rem, you can just go with the Forest and the Fire Rem. Alright, so it really doesn't matter about that one. But hey guys, just look at the 4-star net servant. Water Charlotte is a 4-star net servant, guys. I mean like she is a 4-star net servant. Alright, and when you are talking about the Fire ENOCH as well, he's also another 4-star net servant, so they are pretty easy to achieve. Alright, the best way to achieve them is through the fusion. Yes, through the fusion, guys. Just go into the fuse section and keep on fusing your ass off until you get your desired servant. Alright, just look at it. You just fuse. I mean like if you want to get the Fire ENOCH, what happens, like just use the fire grid or like fire class, or let's say fire element. Yeah, fire element servant as your main material. Alright, because like it really determines what sort of like element your result will have. The main material should be your fire, and the sub material can actually be anyone. Alright, so you just go with it and then just fuse it. Alright, already. And when you fuse it, what happens, like there's a certain chance that you might actually get a Fire ENOCH instead of these kind of things. And the best thing in this game is that like there are so many fire 4-star net servants in the game, guys. There are so many 4-star net servants in the game, so there is a very huge chance that you can actually land the servant of you want. 5-star net servants are now overflowing. Okay, there are just too many 5-star net servants in the game that has made actually very hard for you to land a specific 5-star net servant. So that is very hard, guys. So yes, that's the way how I have actually transcended my Fire ENOCH and Water Charlotte to the max transcendence level. Alright, they all both are of level 70 and 5th transcendent level. And the next thing is the awakening as well. So when we are talking about the awakening level, it is really easy for you to awaken the 4-star net servants compared to the 5-star net servants. Alright, especially the Fire ENOCH and the Water Charlotte, they will require like half as much as the awakening stones. Alright, for the awakening, half as much as the awakening stones compared to the awakening stones that you will require to awaken your 5-star net servant. Alright, just look at the 5th awakening and just look at that freaking 90. Alright, if you have just 90 freaking supreme like awakening stone, you can actually how to say this, like you can easily awaken your 4-star net servant. But 5-star net servant, they will require the double, that is 180. That is just too insane. Oh my god, that is a lot of awakening stones that you are gonna require. It's really gonna make your ass sweat. Alright, it's gonna be really hard, guys. It's gonna be really hard. So that's why I'm really actually suggesting you guys to go with the 4-star net servant, which is a DPS servant, so that you can actually get your desired damage output as soon as possible. Alright, which you can attain with the Fire ENOCH and any sort of Charlotte. I mean like you can go with the Fire Charlotte, you can go with the Water Charlotte or the Forest Charlotte. It really up to you. Okay, I'm like just try to be more flexible. And yes, Fire Charlotte is gonna complement your Fire ENOCH much better because of that 37% attack boost instead of just 25% attack boost from the Fire ENOCH. Alright, so that can be a little bit like scenario right over there. But this is pretty much it, guys. But for like let's say for the support unit, your Fire Spiegel, and your tank unit, the Forest Rem, you really need to only awaken them by only one stage. Alright, just awaken them to the first awakening stage only. All right, that is what you need at most for now. All right, obviously when you are already done with every unit and then you are getting like I'm like you are really starting to make your team more better or more stronger, more durable, then yes, at that case you can actually further awaken your forest or fire ram and your fire spiegel at that time. But for the meanwhile, as a beginner, just awakening them to the first stage is just that enough. All right, it's just enough. You don't need to go more than that one. But for the DPS servants in this game, you really have to go all the way through. And the another question that you might ask is like, what about the healers? Shouldn't we put the healers in the team? Aren't they the like vital part of the game? Like let's say the Fire Valkyria. Yes, depending upon the situation, yes, they are really required and very important. But in most of the cases, healers are the most like you can just neglect them. All right, they really don't put a like a very great significant like role in the game. I mean like in your gameplay. I mean like just go with the 2 DPS servant, 1 tank and 1 support unit and you are really good to go. Healer class, I mean like you really don't need heal, okay? I mean like you need them for healing, right? But in most of the cases, if you are so strong, why do you need a healer? All right, I mean like you just want to smash through the game right away. What I really say over and over again is please do listen carefully. Best offense is the best defense. All right, so if your offense is really good, why do you need to go with that? And in most of the cases, I'm not even that like late game player right now. Till now I'm still building up my team. There are so many players out there who can one shot OMEN 10 floor right away. I'm like 11 floor even one shot, guys. Within 10 seconds to 15 seconds they finish it. So what is the purpose of the healer? There is no purpose to that, okay? The only thing where you can actually put your healer to the maximum utilization is the wall raid or like long battles where you really need a lot of like aid. All right, just let's go into the boss raid and inter boss raid. Yes, these are the places where you will actually need a lot of healers. All right, so that you can actually be more competitive. I mean like you really need more endurance and you really need more survivability. But in the like like the general content scenario, like let's say sanctuaries and world maps, right, in those kind of cases, I mean like what the hell, I mean like you just need one farmer, that's all. Do you need a healer? No. That's not that's a big no. And the another one is like the gear dungeons, right? Just let's try to do the gear dungeon right over here. So let's try to do a easier one. I mean like okay, I'm like I'm sorry about that. Let's just try to do the 10 floor. All right, so let's try to do right over here. So I mean like if I can finish up the content really fast, I'm like there's no need for any healer to like use her like any kind of technical sort of techniques, right? So yes, there we go, and then there go, boom, boost, right? And then let's try to use it like this way, and then let's see what sort of damage he's gonna deal out. Boom, that's 4 million damage right over there. 4 million damage. 4 million damage. All right, so yes, that's a 4 million damage and that's a 14-second mark, right? So I mean like Omen was not able to do anything at all in the first place, so that like can you see like is there any point for me to use the healer? I mean like no, there is not. I mean like I just don't find any point to that one. All right, so yes, actually you can see all the other guides on the specific units. Like let's say I have already made a guide on Fire Spiegel, Fire ENOCH. I even have made a showcase on him, right, for the PvP and general content scenarios, even for the Water Charlotte. All right, you can see her guide, their guide, and you can actually get a certain idea about like how to build them, what sort of gear to actually give them, right? So you can actually discuss about that one with yourself. All right, so this is why I am really suggesting you guys to actually go with this team formation. Again, in the last, I'm just gonna say it to you again, just go with this team formation. All right, Fire ENOCH, Fire Water Forest Charlotte, Fire Spiegel, and Fire or Forest Ram. All right, these are the team formations that is actually gonna take you to really far. It's really easy to build them up, really easy to get them. They are very common units in the game, and you will not have big problem in getting up to like a very stable level. All right, so you will be really get it great. I'm like just look at the gear, right? Yes, for Fire ENOCH, His gloves, his helmets, his shoes, his ring, and his necklace are pretty good, but his weapon, the shirt, and these pants are just pathetic. All right, so you can just you can just see that, like, if I only give him like 6-star gears, then what sort of damage he can actually output. There are some players in the like in the Discord who have actually boasted to deal more than 8 million damage with fire ENOCH. So yes, that's the possibility, guys. That's the possibility. Anyways, this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. And guys, this is the time that you should be leaving your views and opinions in the comment section below. All right, and please do consider donating to this channel to help me improve the contents, and see you guys in the next video. All right.